Okay, I have to sit upright. I have to square my shoulders and make it look like I'm actually awake. Because guess what? It's Monday. It's 8 o'clock. And if it's Monday at 8 o'clock, it's Mighty Monkeys Nerd World News. And I feel terrible. Vaccine Part 2. It packs a wallop. Michael Koski can attest. Anyway, moving on. Hello. How are you this week? And I hope you all are well. With me, as always, my surly human sidekick, Daniel, Carmen, the producer, the man with the board, having a grand old time wondering what the hell I'm talking about this time. With us, the immortal James Irish and the comic chicks, Tanya and Ann. So our top story, we're going to Mars, children. NASA has successfully flown a small helicopter on the red planet. The drone, called Ingenuity, was airborne for less than a minute, but NASA is celebrating what represents the first powered, controlled flight by an aircraft on another world. Confirmation came via a satellite at Mars, which relayed the chopper's data back to Earth. The space agency is promising more adventurous flights in the days ahead. Ingenuity will be commanded to fly higher and further as engineers seek to test the limits of this new technology. The rotorcraft was carried to Mars in the belly of NASA's Perseverance rover, which touched down in the Jezero crater on the red planet in February. If you get a chance, go to YouTube, check out the video. It's just really, really cool. And if you're not impressed by something like this, then I got to wonder why you're watching us in the first place. That's just the thing. This is the time of the show where we go gallivanting off to a particular dance studio on the east side of Rochester. There are two young ladies that are waiting to take their class, but before they do that, guess what? They're going to entertain you with what's going on in the world of comic books. It is none other than the comic chicks themselves, Miss Tanya and Lady Ann. Ladies, it's all yours. Go for it and take it away.
Ooh, awesome. Okay, The Flash, number 769, Blink of an Eye, Chapter 2. After an accident pushes Wally West into the time stream, their former Kid Flash lands in the body of his one-time partner, Impulse, now sprinting through the 30th century side by side with the mysterious and yet ridiculous Gold Beetle. Wally must undercover what's causing the destructive explosions that keep propelling him through time and the bodies of other speedsters.
It's radioactive waste on the moon.
Okay.
Only Dan and Chris would understand that reference right now. Nightwing, number 79. Dick Grayson has inherited Alfred's fortune, a puppy, and a whole lot of questions. Who is Mayor Zuko? And what is her relation to the man who murdered Dick's parents? What sinister plans does Blockbuster have for Bloodhaven? What kind of dog food is best for the three-legged puppy? To answer these questions, Dick's going to need a little help from his friends, past and present.
Or Derek? You didn't get it from comic chicks?
No.
The Avengers number 45. The Avengers join the battle against the King in Black. The year's most epic event explodes in the pages of the Avengers. The vampire hunter Blade has been at the forefront of the fight against the dark symbiote god, but now he must pay a price that will change his world forever.
Ooh. It's a King in Black tie-in.
Yes, there's lots of King in Black.
Yes. Of course, I get the longest one here. Thanks. Way of the X, number 1. The way to the future of X. Mutant kind has built a new Eden, but there are serpents in this garden. Some mutants struggle to fit in. Some mutants turn to violence and death. And the children whisper of the Patchwork Man, singing in their hearts. Only one mutant senses the looming shadows. Snared by questions of death, love, and law, only Nightcrawler can fight for the soul of Krakoa. Only he and the curious crew he assembles, including fan favorites Dr. Nemesis, Pixie, and Blink, can help mutants defeat their inner darkness and find a new way to live. This is the way of X. Simon Spurrier from X-Men Legacy and Bob Quinn, Captain America, push the frontiers of Krakoa in this unmissable entry into the bold new reign of X. Ooh. Kind of interesting.
Yes. No comic chicks this week,
Nope.
But next week, tune in and watch Comic Chicks. We are giving away
$750.
750, a 3-series of 750s done by, I'm going to forget this because my brain is fried today. They come in a collector's box And there are 3 special editions.
You can't remember the artist that did the covers.
Oh my goodness, it is totally gonna just hurt my brain.
Go back and check out Comic Chicks from last week because Ann did say the artist that drew it.
Yeah, these were special edition. They were only, I believe there were only 1,500 of them made. So there's 3 of them all in a box, a custom box.
We're giving it away.
Giving it away.
So
Give it away,
we're throwing it back to you, Chris.
Yay! And I'm catching it. Okay.
Okay.
So thank you, ladies. Tap happy. We'll see you guys soon, and be safe tonight, would you?
Bye.
All right. And now for something completely different. A man with a tape recorder up his nose. Follow me on that one. Moving along, this is where we start talking about other things that we do. There is a link tree out there with our name on it. Link tr.ee/. There it is right there, Mighty Monkey. All of our presence on the internet is on that link. You can go to all of our podcasts. You can go to our Twitch channel. You can go to our YouTube. You can also go to our Patreon. If you actually like what we're doing, please support us. We would be happy to have you as a supporter. There's many levels of sponsorship available to you. And if there's not one that looks appealing to you, go ahead and let us know and we'll customize something for you. But more importantly, every week, there is a gaming blog to be read on the Patreon site free of charge. You don't even have to subscribe, although we would prefer it if you did. Hint, hint, that's a thing. The author of said gaming blog is my friend off to on the screen. He is on my left, your right, whichever they happen to be. He's the man right there with the plan. His name is James Irish. James, tell me a little bit about what we've got in store for us this week, my friend.
This week on the blog, I make the most of a relatively slow news week by sharing some of the trailers from the latest Indie World presentation from Nintendo. If I can editorialize for a brief moment,
Go right ahead.
Studios are frankly a massive breath of fresh air in an industry overflowing with annualized sequels, endless first-person shooters, and bloated open-world games. I'll have 4 picks for games I think are worth your attention, plus news on Sony reconsidering shutting down some of their digital storefronts all tomorrow evening. Then on Thursday, Gaming Street Regulars returns with our second look at one of Chrissy's favorite franchises and a favorite of many people out there, I'm sure, The Legend of Zelda. This time around, we're checking out 2 of the best-loved entries in the series, A Link to the Past on the Super Nintendo and Link's Awakening on the Game Boy. Folks, I am not ashamed to say that she carried my sorry behind through this one. You can tune in on Thursday for this journey through 2 genuine classics of the adventure game genre. Chris, back to you.
Thank you very much, James. And I have a quick question for you, my friend. You'd said something, bloated open world games. Is that your general opinion of open world video games, or is that just a selection of in particular that you're talking about?
Well, I don't necessarily dislike them. I just feel like if a game doesn't need to take 80 hours to be considered quality.
Okay.
Some of these games, there's too many large games vying for people's attention, not enough smaller bites, and that's why I like some of these independent games. They're ones you can fit in like a matter of a couple weeks or even just a weekend.
Okay, all right. I think that's a podcast topic for you and me to sit back and have a chat about sometime. That sounds cool. I like this one. But good. I appreciate your input on that. Dan, let's go running over to the comment board real quick. We got some good mornings and good evenings from a bunch of our friends. There's John Perengrau. There's Elizabeth Rice. And John's asking, Wally West does the quantum leap. It sounds like it, doesn't it, from Comic Chicks there? Batman John is on board. Good to see you, as well as good to see you too, Kells and Mr. Peter. Hope you guys are having a good evening so far. Moving right along on the highway of storyboards here to my right at the moment. This has been a big day. We had the NASA Ingenuity flying for the first time this morning. We also had the first trailer from Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings from MCU, their latest martial arts hero. If you have not got a chance to see that, make sure you're checking it out on YouTube tonight. It is a great trailer. It definitely gives you that MCU vibe. And I'm looking very much forward to this particular movie. It's got its first trailer showing off the high-flying martial arts action and a new hero for the interconnected universe of Marvel films and TV shows. Shang-Chi, played by Simu Liu, who's known in the comics as Marvel's preeminent master of martial arts. The trailer serves as a short introduction to Shang-Chi as he faces off against the mysterious Ten Rings organization and its true leader, the Mandarin. The Ten Rings have been a figure lurking in the background for nearly the entire MCU, first introduced in 2008's Iron Man, and notably spoofed by a copycat group in Iron Man 3. But Shang-Chi promises to reveal the actual group for the first time. As a long-term Iron Man and Marvel comic books fan myself, I'm very much interested to see an actual Mandarin. I was very disappointed by how they portrayed it in Iron Man 3, especially because I was so excited with Ben Kingsley playing the part. I was like, oh, this is going to be awesome. And then with that little, spoiler, that little twist at the end kind of threw me off there. But the upcoming film also takes some inspiration from the more recent Shang-Chi series of comics, which sees the martial arts master trying to enjoy life in San Francisco away from mystical and family drama, only for his old life to come crashing back. This isn't the first modern live-action martial arts-focused Marvel project. Netflix previously adapted Iron Fist into a 2-season TV series in 2017, but that project was developed by the now-defunct Marvel Television instead of Kevin Feige's Marvel Studios. Iron Fist also suffered from a number of issues, including lackluster fight scenes, a bloated runtime, and frustratingly outdated white savior narrative. All things that Shang-Chi, with its considerably bigger budget, tighter cinematic runtime, and considerably more diverse cast and creative team looks to avoid. The trailer comes hot on the heels of Liu teasing the first poster of the upcoming film on Twitter, which also showcases a look at Shang-Chi's full superhero costume, which notably doesn't appear too much in the trailer. This is due out, my friends, in theaters the day after my birthday, September 3rd. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is also set to mark Marvel's return to exclusively theatrical movies. Unlike Black Widow, which will be released concurrently on Disney+, Premier Access, and in theaters, and as I mentioned, September 3rd. So as we find out what this movie is like, and as we get a chance to see it, we will share our experiences with you. I'm noticing in the corner here, it was right here. This is how badass Dan is at this sort of thing. You can always tell when I'm running the show because it's just not nearly as cool as when Dan runs it because he's just top on. You had the fucking trailer running, didn't you there? That was awesome. Great job.
Yes, I did.
Cool. You're the guy who makes us look like we actually know what we're doing. I'm just going to throw that out there right now.
We can't play the sound, but we can play the video. So
that was so cool. I'm just excited about that. All right. So we're jumping over to the comment section. Elizabeth is talking about some Doctor Who stuff. If anyone is looking for a good Big Finish jumping on point, Dalek Universe came out last week, and it is excellent in her opinion. And I trust Elizabeth Rice's opinion when it comes to all things Doctor Who. And she goes on to make an observation about what I just talked about. Iron Fist annoyed me the entire time during Defenders. Only one of the Netflix shows that I got through all of other than Jessica Jones. And yes, John, that trailer did look great. Elizabeth, I kind of agree with you on that one. Now, final step on the storyboard of fun. Aliens is getting a sequel that fans never got before, and it's coming through Marvel Comics. Let's see what we got here. Marvel just announced that they'll be taking fans back to Hadley's Hope for the 35th anniversary of Aliens with a new one-shot providing the direct sequel that fans never got. Titled Aliens Aftermath, the new story will take place shortly after the events of the iconic sequel to Alien, seeing a group of journalists determined to find out the truth about what happened on LV-426 or die trying. While the explorers will no doubt discover more than they bargained for, it also appears as though fans themselves may uncover more truths about the Alien franchise with this new epilogue to the beloved sci-fi film. This will be coming up in the next couple of months, so keep an eye on your comic book stores. This should be a really good story to take in. This is the time of the show. We got there rather quickly today. We're 15 minutes in and we're already jumping into birthdays. How cool is that nonsense? But before we do, this date in entertainment history, April 19th, 2002, guess what just premiered? My Big Fat Greek Wedding. He's a vegetarian? That's okay. I'll make lamb. Moving on to birthdays. Happy birthday today to the legend himself, Tim Curry. You can tell a lot about a person by how they know Tim Curry. Was it from Little Shop of Horrors, not Little Shop, Rocky Horror, oh my God, I can't even think. Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yes.
Oh my God, I'm so bad at this. This is my brain is fuzzy today. All right. That is also, it's not only Tim Curry's birthday, but it is also Darth Vader himself, Hayden Christensen, who will be coming back out in that part in the upcoming Obi-Wan series on Disney+. Tomorrow, April 20th, happy birthday to Shamar Moore, Miranda Kerr, and Andy Serkis. Wednesday, April 21st, Her Majesty the Queen Elizabeth II. We wish her well in the passing of her husband, Philip. And happy birthday to James McAvoy, Robbie Amell, and would have been the birthday of my late grandmother, my dad's mother, Helen. So happy birthday, Grandma Helen. Thursday, April 22nd, actor Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Jack Nicholson. Yeah. Anyway, Friday, the 23rd, John Cena. We see you, John. Sorry. And George Lopez. Also, the eternally adorable Valerie Bertinelli celebrating a birthday on Friday. On Saturday, April 24th, actor Joe Keery. He's from the Stranger Things saga. His greatest character development arc I have ever seen in a sci-fi fantasy kind of a show there. If you know, you know. Moving on, Saturday, April 24th, happy birthday to singers Kelly Clarkson and the legendary singer herself, Barbara Streisand. On Sunday, the 25th, Al Pacino, Kevin Smith alumni Jason Lee, Renee Zellweger, and Man of a Thousand Faces, Hank Azaria. So, hey, guys, guess what? If it's your birthday this week, happy birthday. I hope you get a chance to see friends and family. I hope if you're getting vaccinated like Dan and I have been. James, you're on board with the vaccinations too, right? You're up. You're in
since March.
Beautiful. See, he was the Pathfinder for the Monkey Crew. And Tanya is all set up, and Billy is all set up. So you may start seeing some podcast people starting to hang out again in person. That will be a lot of fun. But if it's your birthday, happy birthday. Hope you have a great one. Hope you have a safe one. And all of my friends out there in Monkeyville, that's it. That's the show. So on behalf of the entire gang, for Dan and James and Tanya, and for everybody watching at home, have a great week. Have a safe week. And we will talk to you again next week.